the first action here in Connecticut in 2019, and 2 undefeated teams remain. We only had 4 games tonight, but yeah, some very close games, as 2 games were 11-point margins, and we had our nightcap as the closest margin. We'll break down all the Week 4 action here on the Week 4 postgame show. I'm Joey. I get to do the names again. We have Steven, Eddie, Nathan, Ryan, David, and Meyer. All right, we have our crew behind the camera, Sam Leventhal in the flesh, bothering Tyler behind the camera. We're going to start with the Rim Breakers, and this is why I was very excited before the show. They pulled a double doink of sorts, blocking their own three-pointer. Yeah, oh yeah.
You had to do
Oh yeah. Blocking their own three-pointer and then calling a timeout when they didn't have any. That's one of my favorite phrases now. I think I might incorporate it every week. But, guys, we'll start with that game, Rim Breakers and Chasers. 2 of the teams that we expect to make deep playoff runs, even though the Chasers do win, which pushes the Rim Breakers to 1-3 on the season, maybe a surprising record for some of you guys for a Rim Breakers team that was in the semis last year of the Legacy Leagues. What did you guys see from that game tonight? We saw Jalen Graham for the first time for the Chasers, and the Rim Breakers had nearly their whole team, but still wasn't enough to beat the Chasers.
Yeah, I think the end of that game was just a lot of the Rim Breakers shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, they came back from a 10-point deficit in that fourth quarter, only to call a timeout that they don't have the free throw miss, so it's still a 3-point game, and then somehow steal the inbounds pass and get a 3-point attempt at the end of that game that gets blocked by their own guy. It was unbelievable just to watch.
And that was the Rim Breaker side. That is, unfortunate series of events to end the game. What did the Chasers do? It was never really closer than 3. It was 2, after Richard Brunson hit a 3, but it was around 2 or 3 points. They never relinquished the lead at the end of that fourth quarter.
So they had 2 13-point leads to hold the game, and they blew them both. First one was in the second quarter, the other one was in the fourth quarter, and as you were talking about. But Brandon Seabrook, that boy can shoot the ball. I mean, he had 22 points. He was unbelievable tonight.
For sure. And so the Chasers improved to 3-1. Rim Breakers 1-3, as I mentioned. Let's go to the game of the week. Sports Look and the Flint Tropics. Flint, one of those undefeated teams still. They improved to 4-0 with a 63-52 win. I was busy over here. We're going to get to me in a second. But what did the Flint Tropics do? What did the Flint Tropics do to take care of a Sports Look team that had won 2 in a row coming into this one? Not all at once. No one? Who's over there?
I wasn't over there.
Oh, jeez. I have to talk about a game I didn't even see. Eddie wasn't over there. Were you over there?
Not.
This is buffoonery. All right, cool. Nothing about Flint Tropics. No, we were talking about Dom Migliaro and Mike Pizzuto before, and how those guys really, carry the load. And who had the TJ Gianni stat?
Oh, we talked about this. TJ Gianni shooting 56% from three-point.
And it was like 14 of 24, right?
Yeah.
And so a really good key player for that Flint Tropics team. We talk about the big 3, right, for Flint: Pizzuto, Nick Japs, and Dom Migliaro. And if they can get TJ Gianni doing stuff, that's going to be huge for that team. The other close game, Run TMC and Team Moose, but Team Moose only had 3 guys and kept it relatively close the whole time. 115-101 for TMC to improve to 3-1 as well. What about that game stands out to you guys?
Oh, I can think of something that stands out.
All right.
But I would have to say 30 points from the commissioner.
Yeah, it's
helped
not
out a
rigged.
lot.
Wasn't rigged.
It wasn't. Started out 0-4, but you got it together. I'm proud
For
of
sure.
you.
And had 7 guys, or 6 guys here today.
No Reggie.
That
was
no
big.
Reggie was noticeable. But Team Moose, Kevin Blake was here and didn't play, but anything else from
Nick Ingersoll had 52 points and 17 rebounds, so that's probably one of the best performances we'll see all season. I mean, somebody has to score when you only have 3 guys, but still, it's a pretty impressive game by him.
He was lights out.
Also, Eric Langston, double-double, 22 points, 23 rebounds.
Yeah. Is that a record? Did we check?
Yeah.
I think
Yes,
is
it
it?
was.
20, okay.
And he told me before the game that he was shooting left-handed tonight, so I don't know if he scored 22 points with the left hand, but that's amazing.
I don't think he did. I think he lied. I think he lied. So, very interesting. Out of Eric Langston. Nick Strong and Shocker City, so the other undefeated team coming in, remains undefeated. Leaving Week 4, Shocker City goes to 4-0, 100-89. Another game that was never really a blowout, but I think you guys would say never really in doubt either. And I know that kind of contradicts itself, but Shocker City took care of business. Nick Strong back to their ways from last season with only 5 guys. What was Shocker City able to do to take care of Nick Strong, who's 0-4 0-3. They did take a game off. They're still winless, but
Well,
they're
Nick
one of
Strong
those
was
teams.
winning after the first quarter. They were winning by a point after the first quarter. They just kind of, the fatigue got to them, the lack of depth. It's Devon Pratt went off, 25 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. I talked to him after the game. I said what the key to victory was and if anybody could challenge them. He said we just got to be humble, take it one game at a time. So,
For sure. Big win for Shocker City as they, again, the defending champs, remain undefeated. Hey, Greg, you look great in that hoodie. Come here. I don't need Flint yelling at me. You're going to stand right in the middle. I'm sure you saw some of the Flint Tropics game. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
All right, there. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so we can take his little step back and squeeze. All right, so Greg making his debut on the post-game show. We had to bring him on. So how's the bandwagon doing? Is it
Awesome.
is the oil changed? Is everything
Ryan
good to go?
joined me, so
All right.
we got a few more people
All
on
right.
the
I
bandwagon.
am on the
All
Flint
right.
Tropic band.
And so a big win for them tonight.
Yep.
This is it. I mean, what can Flint want more than Gregory Horne talking about the Tropics improving to 4-0?
I mean, they do what they always do. Mike Bozito's banging with the best of them in the league. He's one of the best players. You got Ryan Caggiano. He's probably one of the best shooters I've ever seen step foot on the floor of Legacy
God.
leagues. Cody Doubleday. Mike Drouin's one of the best players in this league, and he keeps getting disrespected by every analyst here. Flint is coming. They have the deepest roster, best team, and they're going to beat you, Brzezinski.
All right. Wow, a mic drop. All right, and we got a mic drop. Greg, nice hoodie, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, so we'll give one word through week 4 to sum up week 4. The only game we didn't mention, I'm sorry. Young Kings get a win on a forfeit, unfortunately.
take it.
Gentlemen, I mean, there you go. So you heard it first.
My prediction was right. I
They'll
just wanna
take
say
it.
that.
That's right. There you go. For those of you that picked the Young Kings,
a good pick.
they didn't cover.
Great pick. They did not
Technically.
cover.
But I don't know if the forfeit goes like that. Your takeaway from week 4, we don't have to do a word, we could do like a sentence, but what stood out from tonight?
I was just gonna say confused. Just having that as the little block shot at the end of the game was the last thing we saw tonight, and it just kind of left me puzzled.
Okay, yep.
By default, nice win for my team.
All right, yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you're not even sweaty today.
I'm not,
Nice.
unfortunately.
I know, yeah. You'll be back next week against, I don't know, a pretty good shooter. Go ahead.
Nick Strong, like their name implies. I mean, they were physical tonight, and I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. They surprised me tonight by putting up a decent fight against Shocker City.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm going to second that. It was very entertaining to watch them go up against Shocker City. I enjoyed it.
And we had Anthony Vasicchio calling out his younger brother for never passing him the ball. Very characteristic of
Pretty
those
sure
two.
he had like 30 points. Though,
Yeah,
so.
can't win them all.
I've yet to see a team beat the press of Shocker City, and I think the Flint Tropics can, and I'm kind of want to see that.
Thank
Coming
you.
up.
Thank you.
All right, so now we have another
you.
smaller sedan bandwagon going on over there with Ryan.
I'm not bandwagon.
All right, Meyer.
Not a bandwagon over here. I would say stressful. As a gentleman's club #1 fan, these last 4 weeks have been tough. And, we're trying to bat it out. I think we're going to have new recruits on the way. But for you Flint Tropics fans, watch out. We're coming.
Oh wow! All right, so
man.
that was an array of that was
something.
unexpected. That was awesome. All right, cool. So that does it for week 4. We'll be back on Monday, January 14th for week 5 as we continue with the winter 2019 season. Thanks, guys. Very good job, and we'll see you on Monday for week 5.